Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all gonna come with me for a walk. I'm gonna talk about finances and how to help you guys out when y'all in a tough situation with money. So like either because of the protest that's been going on, or you lost your job, or you're just financially behind, or just need some help here and there. So I got some advice, that things that you can do. So the easiest one, so let's say you got a job, but you're short on money and you can't wait until the following paycheck. Let's say like for rent, car payment, insurance, whatever. So there's an app, and there's multiple apps for different, like for iPhones and Android, which is it's called Dave. There's some other ones, I think it's Fast Cash or whatever it's called, but Dave is one of them. And basically it's going to take your money out for your next paycheck, meaning that they'll pay you, but they'll take out for your next paycheck. So again, so if you're short, usually they start off small, so like 100, 150, I think they'll give you first loan, and then as you keep doing it with them, they'll make the loan bigger. So like for me, I was able to get a loan for like $400, and they'll just take it out of my next paycheck once that paycheck comes. So that's one way. So they got multiple different apps that you can go through to get like payday loans. Then your other one is, let's say an example, you want to buy something, but you want to make payment plans because you don't want to come out of pocket at one shot. Let's say because of bills, or you want to do grocery shopping and you don't want to spend $200 in one shot. So there's like Zip, Afterpay, and basically they will approve you and they'll make a payment plan with you. So that's one way, so it doesn't financially hurt you in one shot. So you make payment plans. Now just be careful with that, because more payment plans you have, the more difficult it becomes. Because like, let's say an example, 25 here, $10 here, $5 here, or whatever the case may be, your loan is so much bigger, you can get in debt really fast with that. So let's say you lose your job. So they got some temp agencies. Now I don't recommend working for a temp agency, but this recommendation is, so here in Pennsylvania and Lancaster, it's called Labor Ready. And what it is, you can work the same day and get paid within 20 to 40 hours. So like an example, my job don't start until July 1st, and there's a big gap where I'm not making money. So with this temp service, I can work all the way until whenever I want to stop working. So if I want to stop working with them before my start date with my full-time job, I can. So at least it keeps money in your pocket and keeps the bills getting paid. So then your other option is, again, if you don't have a job, or even if you do have a job and you just want money on the side, you can do it where it's called donating plasma. And it's not donating blood, you're donating plasma, and you'll get paid for it. So I don't know the requirements for every state, but for here in Pennsylvania and Lancaster, they'll pay you $200, but you have to donate twice. So the first time will be $100, the second time will be $200. So you get to donate plasma and make money. Again, it depends on your health, but for me, it was pretty easy. It's just the first time it took longer. It took about 3 hours to be able to do all because they got to do a physical and all that. But everything was done there. So if you can get a ride there, or ride your bike there, walk there, take the bus there, you make $100 that day, even though it takes 3 hours, but still $100, tax-free. Then the second time you go there, you'll make another $100. You can keep doing it. It just won't be you won't get as much money as the two first times you do it. But at least that puts money in your pocket. That's $200 within a week. Within 7 days, you can make $200. Compare from having nothing to something will help. So again, so if you're like in the beginning stage of, struggling, that $200 can get you out of that beginning stage before things get very out of control. So those are my two main ones, other than unemployment. If you can get unemployment, get unemployment. Get on government assistance like food stamps, health insurance. They don't do cash assistance for people that don't have full time of their kids. So like, let's say me, I don't have kids, so I don't qualify. Even though if you're struggling again, like with nothing, you don't got a job, you don't got no income, they still won't give me nothing. So, but still, you can get food stamps at least, again, to help you out because you have nothing. And the same thing with insurance, right? So you lose your insurance because you lose your job. So if you don't have a job, you can get insurance through the government. Now, let's say you do get unemployment and you're still struggling. You can still apply for food stamps and still apply for health. It depends how much money you're making off of unemployment. If you're making too much of unemployment, your food stamps, they'll still give it to you, but it's gonna be very low. I was making $23 on food stamps. Now it went higher because I got screwed on a job and got left with no job, no income. So let's say you were making too much money. So not only did it would affect your food stamps, but it can also affect your health insurance through the government. But at least here in Pennsylvania, they'll give you an alternative, which is called Penny. And now through Penny, you can get insurance through them. It's not the best insurance, it ain't gonna be good, but it covers some things compared to nothing. And they do, it's monthly payment. So like for me, it was $40 a month. Again, it doesn't cover a lot, but at least something's better than nothing. So at least those are some examples to get you kick-started, to get you back on your feet. Now, me personally, I don't recommend somebody going through the temp service to get a full-time job, because temp service don't get a lot of benefits. They don't get paid vacation, they don't get paid sick time, they don't get paid the same amount as a regular full-timer, because the temp service is going to make some of that money off of you, so you don't get that whole paycheck. That's why I don't deal with temp services. Again, you do it because out of necessity. So like what I'm doing is I'm doing it day by day. It's not a full-time or temp to hire. So for me, it's not like I'm burning nobody's bridges, because I'm planning to not work with them every single day, you know, until I start working my full-time job. So it's not like I'm burning bridges with them by me not working with them, because I'm the one that calls them up and say, hey, I'm looking for work for a day. And they're like, okay, we got work for you or don't. And they even got an app where it shows you if there's a job opening for that day. But me, again, I don't recommend working for a temp service. Go online, put a whole bunch of applications directly to a company, not a temp service, because temp services, they will screw you over. They don't care about you, they care about making money themselves. They're like an insurance agency. They just want their money. They don't care about you. You're just a nobody to them. Yeah, they can probably find you a job, but that doesn't mean it's permanent. It's a temp to hire, and sometimes it's called it's just temp. It's a temp job. So when I was much younger, I got stuck in the loophole of working for this temp agency. It was called Allegiance, and I worked with them. It was temp to hire, and every job that I was working for, they were hiring people directly out of the company. So they weren't even hiring temp service people. They were hiring people outside of the company, meaning that the ones that put applications through the company were getting hired, and I wasn't. And I was like, what the hell? I'm here temp to hire, and they weren't even hiring people from the temp service. They were hiring people that they were putting applications through. So I was like, eventually I got out of it. And yeah, it took me a couple of, it took me a while to get the hint, to wake up from that, because the agency person I was working for kept promising me a job, and I kept believing in that promise. And because I kept believing in that promise, I got stuck in a loophole going to different jobs. Don't get me wrong, it gave me a lot of experience. I got to meet a lot of people, but it was a waste of my life, and I wasn't getting no type of benefits as an individual. And when the work was no longer needed, I was stuck again waiting for the temp service to find me another job. So that's periods where you're not making money. You're just stuck waiting for a temp service to find you a job. It can be a week, it could be 2 weeks. Now, those that know, 2 weeks to wait for a job is going to push you behind on your bills. On top of that, when you start the job, there's still a pay week that you got to wait. So if you start a Monday, you got to wait for the following Monday to get paid. And if you get paid every 2 weeks, you're basically waiting for a 3-week paycheck. Like, you don't get paid until the third following week. So it's a very long wait. So that's why I don't recommend doing temp services. Only do the ones where it's a day and it's no contract, and you're not burning no bridges with any agency, and you're not burning no bridges with a job. Because you don't want to work at a job where you really like it there, and you, even though you might not want to be there at that point. So let's say they're paying you $12 because you're through the temp service, but you could be making 18, but you find another job that pays you 18. Now once you quit that job and do it irresponsibly, instead of doing a 2 weeks notice, let's say you quit the same day, like, yo, I quit, I got me a new job. Now you bring your bridge with the temp service and that job that you liked and that you could have used for the next time that you want to work with them. So these are some tools and some options you can use to help yourself to get out of a bad situation. Another way too is, you can, if you got stuff to sell, then that's going to be your last option, because trust me, I'm in that same option where I might have to sell my PlayStation 5, but that's my last option. If I had to sell my PlayStation 5, then it is what it is. So, but yeah, that's one of your options too, is to sell some stuff that you have, either on Facebook Marketplace, like me for video games. I go to GameStop, or I can't remember the other store that we got here that you can sell your electronics to. And there's also places that you can pawn your stuff until you get back on your feet. So these are just some options, again, some tools to get you out of your depression if you are struggling. To me, I don't stress over some bills that are not life-threatening. So let's put an example. Life-threatening means your house, your apartment, your electric bill, your water bill. Like, those are your more focused bill. Like credit cards, fuck it, I won't even pay them. If I don't got the money, I ain't paying credit cards. If I owe money to Dave, that loan, I won't pay him. I'll just close out my bank account, open a new bank account. Afterpay, Zip. If I don't got no money, I ain't paying them, because they're not my most important bills. My most important bills would be rent, car payment, insurance, to keep my life moving forward, to keep food on the table. I'm not going to focus on bills that is not going to be a very big impact. It's going to impact my credit score, but it's not going to impact my life itself. As long as I got a roof over my head and I can get from A to B to go to work, that's the most important thing. And again, everything that we're going through now with the protests, the war that's happening, the gas prices are going to go up, the oil prices are going to go up. So houses that are run on oil, it's going to go up. Gas is going to go up. Even if your stove and all that stuff is running through gas, it still gets concentrated through oil. So everything that's gas related and oil related is going to go up. So for me, I ride my e-bike or I ride my motorcycle, right? Because my motorcycle, well, I'm not going to say that, because my car has a smaller engine than my motorcycle. But if I did lose my car, my motorcycle will be the next economic car to use, other than my e-bike. Now, if my e-bike can get me from back and forth to work, then I would be using my e-bike, because it's more economic on my money, my pocket. But right now, if the war gets worse between Iran, or Iran, or however they fucking call it, and United States, it's just going to get bad for everybody. The economy is going to get bad. So these are some tools to help everybody out and to keep in mind what we might go through in these coming months or this coming year of financially being tough. You know, if things keep getting bad and jobs start closing down and firing people, because Dark Container was already firing hundreds of people, Amazon was firing hundreds of people, so they're trying to make the companies run more efficient with less people, which that means more people being unemployed. And if there's more people being unemployed, it's bad for the people who want to have a job. Like, I want to have a job. I don't want to be stuck on government assistance and not working. I want to be able to buy things that I want to buy. I want to buy a jet ski. I want to do this. I want to do that. So to me, is I'd rather be working. So if that time comes though where the economy collapses, I'm giving you guys options on what to do if it happens. Whatever you do, do not get depressed and shut down and just wait for the world to end, because it's not going to happen like that. You're going to suffer way much more, and you're going to get more further behind. One thing about my family, and I would say my friends too, is that there's tough love. There is no, you can cry a little bit, but get over it, you know? So that tough love is, get back up on your feet. You'll be all right. You'll figure it out. Some friends are real friends. Some family or some real family that will have your back. They'll help you, you know, find a job. They'll give you some money. They'll make sure you get from A to B. They'll give you some rides. They'll look out for you. Some friends, some family, not everybody. So this is my way. Even if I can't do much for you, this is my way to be able to help you guys with the knowledge that I had to get me back up on my feet until I can start my new job. And then once I'm in that job and getting a consistent paycheck, then I can get myself back on my feet little by little. Is it gonna be hard? Yeah, it is, but that's life. Life is hard, and it is what it is. But if you're weak about it, life will eat you up, and so will people. There is good people and bad people, but bad people will take everything you have and leave you with much less. There is bad people out here that will put you in jail and make sure you stay in there just because they want to, just because they can. There is not many good people out here. So best advice is always try to be self-dependent on yourself. Don't put your life in someone else's hands, because they're not going to care about your life as much as you care about your life. And that's where people got to understand that that's the way it is. And this is where I've learned that it's me against the world, and that's how you got to live. Always live in a defensive lifestyle. Always live in an attack mode. So like attacking a new job, like you want a new job, you want this, you want that, go for it, go for it, go for it. And be defensive with what you have. Don't let no one take what you have, meaning your job, your peace, your lifestyle, your house, your apartment. Don't let no one in, because they're the ones that are gonna make you lose it. And now you have nothing because you trusted people. Don't always put your trust in people. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, trust in God. Pray for a better life and a better future, and work hard at it. But everybody, ride safe, drive safe. God bless you all. Put a like, put a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys got any more advice to help other people out, put in the comments below. But I always wish everybody the best. I always wish everybody happiness and to make it in life. No matter if you're beating me in life, I'm still going to be there for you, cheering you on. I'm not a hater. I just want to succeed just as much as everyone else. And my job is always to push myself to the next limit. So everybody, again, ride safe, drive safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.